Hello, people of Earth, people of, this planet Earth, guys. What else can we say here? People of the world, imagine there's aliens listening. I wouldn't doubt that aliens are listening to this, but then, what the fuck? Oh, well, okay, sorry, okay. It is 6:20 in the morning, guys. Good morning for me. If you are listening to this in the morning, good morning to you. If you're listening to this in the evening, good afternoon, or good evening. And if you're listening to this at night, I think that's still good evening, because you're not going to sleep right now. We're going to listen to the podcast first, so not good night yet. We'll say that in the end. No. Yeah, I don't think aliens are listening to this. I think that they have better things to do. I mean, unless they're, trying to tap in on me specifically, they're like, oh yeah, she's doing what she needs to do, or I don't even know if that's what they would be thinking. They were probably just like, man, look at this girl. She got the universe all wrong. And all I can say is, maybe I do. No, I'm not even gonna say who's to say I even have I'm not saying I have the universe. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Anything I say in this podcast, don't take my word for it, guys. Do your own research, okay? Because I could be I could be working for who, the GOV, and you wouldn't even know. I could be misleading all of you. So do what thou art wilt. Or just take my word for it. Who knows? Maybe you trust me so much that you're just like, oh, this girl knows what's up. This girl knows. And maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Anyways, hello. This is a podcast. Welcome. This is a podcast called ThirdEyeCyphs. I'm Natalia, your host. And this is a podcast where, as you can tell already, we are just here. We are just here on Earth, doing what we feel like we have to do. But the thing is, we actually don't have to do anything at all. And you must be like, Natalia, what about our dharma? What about our sole purpose? To which I would say, yeah, that is the thing. That's a thing, guys. And even though we're not really meant to do, that's such a hard thing. That's something we have to sit down and talk about to each other, because it's just there's really nothing to do. But when we say there's nothing to do, what do we mean? There's nothing to do as in, I would say there's nothing to really do. I think that our karmic path, or our dharmic path, or karmic path, I feel, okay, that's not really the same thing, but it's kind of the same thing. Our dharmic path just comes naturally. What we are meant to do, we will do. So, okay, let's take this for example, right? Well, we're drifting a little bit off topic here, but just hear me out, right? So we come to Earth. We're not here to do anything, all right? It's not like we humans were created, and I say created just as in we spurred up from the ground. The Creator created us. Who else? What else could have created us? Nature is creation. So, okay. So we grow onto Earth like a mushroom or something, whatever, however it happened. And it's not like there was a book there or a list of things that said, okay, guys, this is what you're gonna do. You guys are humans. this is what you came here to do, and this must be accomplished by this time, or you individually have to do this, and you got to do that, and there has to be this, and there has to be societies and governments and all that. Like, we just literally, like, rose here, and then, like, that was it. We just figured it out. So we're just like, okay, survival, food, fire, dinosaurs, I don't know. So it's like, it's not like we came here with something to do when we got here. But etherically, we probably came here with some sort of soul contract. So I've heard. And that is our dharmic path. So, like, in the ethereal realm, well, not the specific ethereal realm, but just in the other realms, and, like, not in the physical realm, we signed this contract, or God, the creator, was just like, okay, like, I'm gonna create humans, like, this is what you guys came here to do, and then us as spirits, or however it works. I'm just, like, I'm literally just speaking from, like, how I think it works from what I've heard in New Age spirituality. So then it's like, okay, so I'm gonna come to Earth, and we gotta do this, and blah, blah. So then, like, that in there, we had something to do. So then, like, we just naturally do that when we come to Earth. It's like, okay, so then the first human, like, you're meant to discover fire. So it's not like when he was born, it's just like, okay, fire, I'm gonna start fire. Like, he didn't know. He was just like, oh, I'm a caveman. And then he created fire. He's like, oh, fire, oh. And then fire was created. So he completed his dharma by creating fire, but it wasn't like he was born thinking like, okay, I have to create fire. So it's kind of like that. At least I would say so. Like, we naturally just complete what we've come here to do, because I say that the universe does not make mistakes. Everything that we are doing, we are meant to be doing. Everything that is happening is meant to be happening. There are no mistakes. To say that things were an accident or things shouldn't be this way, that is not true, because the universe makes no mistakes and everything is divine timing and presence. So, yeah, that's that. How do we even get to that, guys? This is a podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about spiritual enlightenment. Self-improvement, self-realization, realizing that true self. Ooh, esoteric knowledge. ETs, aliens, anything and everything out of this earth, on this earth, beyond, spiritual stuff, spiritual self, personal development stuff. Law of attraction, conspiracy theories, current news and how it pertains to us. And a bunch of other stuff, guys, that's gonna help you realize your truest potential, guys, okay? I'm here to tell you that you are freaking superheroes. You can do anything that you want. And I need to engrave it in your head. Because you guys come here and be like, what should I do, Natalia? Like, what is this? What are you talking about? And, you know, I could be telling you anything. Like, personal development, spiritual stuff. I ain't even talking about aliens, but the whole point is to make you aware of your truest self, that there is something beyond this material plane, that we don't have to go chasing these material things because they are literally useless. Like, we can't take them with us to the afterlife. And you must be like, oh, well, I'm enjoying this lifetime while I'm here. Okay, like, that's fine. You're gonna enjoy yourself with a bunch of 3D things when you could be freaking becoming a superhero and enjoying your life, doing even cooler stuff, like, I don't know, I'm a very, like, magical person, so I think that's better than 3D stuff. Like, I would rather want to read people's minds. Okay, like, I don't really care about reading people's minds, but that'd be a cool superpower. Reading people's minds, like, telekinesis, lifting things up, pyrokinesis, catching things on fire with my mind, being able to heal people with my hands energetically, talking to people through my mind, like we could go back and forth talking through our minds, seeing God itself, like, I don't know, these things are super cool. Being able to create my reality, like literally just say, like, okay, this is the best part, guys. Being able to say, like, whatever you want, like, okay, I want this in my life, and then it just happens. Like, that's the most ultimate, best superpower ever. And when you're distracting yourself with 3D things, then how do you, like, you're not gaining that power. So I don't know, guys. It's up to you what you decide to do. But if you're listening to this podcast, I think you've already decided what you want to do. So with that being said, this is a podcast, and this is where we talk about that stuff, and we're gonna realize our truest potential, guys, and maybe attain self-realization, okay? Maybe attain this enlightenment my so-called teachers talk about. Or not my so-called teachers, they are my teachers. I meant to say this so-called enlightenment, oh my gosh. What is it that they talk about? What is it that the Buddha talks about? What is this self-realization? That is not something we're talking about today, but if you're interested, look it up. Or just listen to the entire podcast, guys. The entire, like, you have to put aside, like, a whole week just to listen to every episode. No, I'm just kidding. Do what you want. Free will. Or is there? Okay, guys, this is a podcast.
ThirdEyeCyphs. ThirdEyeCyphs.
That's right, it's a podcast, and we're back. And we're back, and we're here, and my alarm's about to go off, but that's okay. Hello, beautiful human. Welcome back to another episode of ThirdEyeCyphs. We are, how many episodes are we in? We are in season 3, episode, 15? I don't know. I never really know the episode number until I'm publishing the episode and I have to write it in the title. But I think it's around 15. It is 15. Oh my gosh, look at me with the numbers, guys. Look at me. Okay, anyways. So, yeah, look, we're halfway, we're almost halfway through. We're a little less than halfway through season 3. And that's exciting. I don't know why it's exciting, but it just shows how far we've come. That means we've been doing this for almost 2 years, guys. Almost 2 years. I'm not going to say 2 years yet, because it hasn't been 2 years yet. But that is exciting. Look how far we've come as humans. Oh, I stopped the song for a bit. Or, not really a song, it's just some guy hitting bowls. Oh my gosh, I can't freaking talk today, guys. Okay, so you know what time it is. It is time. Don't skip, you freakers. I will smack you if I know you. And if we meet and I ask you if you skip this, I'm going to smack you. Okay, I'm not going to smack you hard, but I'm going to give you a little pow pow. If you guys are Spanish, you guys know that's what, I don't know if other cultures say pow pow, but that is a thing. That is a thing when you were about to get hit by your parents or your family member, whoever it is. They're like, you better stop before I give you pow pow. I remember I would hear that all the time when I was younger. Okay, so if you don't already know, it is beautiful. It is beautiful outside. I'm sorry, okay? I'm everywhere, but it's okay because, we're staying on task, guys. But I faced my desk towards the outside of my room, towards the sunset, and I was hating it so much last night. Like, I was having a little fit. Well, okay, it wasn't a little fit, but I was getting very frustrated because I have been trying to unpack for the past 2 weeks. I've been so busy with work and trying to build my business at the same time. So I'm basically running 2 businesses and trying to unpack my life at the same time. And I have 1 box left, which is my altar. I saved my altar for last. And a lot of people must be like, wouldn't that be the first thing you do? Well, I always have a mini altar set up. I always keep like my main essentials for my altar, which is just little, like, I have my Mahamurti or my Durga Murti, and my Shiva Lingam, my little photo frame of Man Shiva, and then I got the Nataraj dance figure thing, which I just pulled out recently, so it was, and my little Ganesha, and then a candle and incense, of course. But, so I always keep them a mini altar, so I'm not really in a rush to set up the whole altar. And plus, when I feel like I set up the whole altar, that means the whole room is done. Like, I save the best for last, and then it sets the entire room. But anyways, I was having, like, that is the last thing to be unpacked. And everything's basically unpacked. I just have to do my balcony. And I was kind of setting up the balcony yesterday, and I was having a little fit because I have such limited space in here since I'm in a studio. And I have furniture pieces. Like, I'm a very crafty person, as you know. I make a lot of handmade stuff. And I have this art cart that holds all my crafty things. And I was just like, man, if I wasn't such a freaking crafty person or a reader, because I have a huge bookcase, then I would have less stuff, because I have all this arts and crafts stuff, and then I have all these books, and then it just takes up, I'm not gonna say takes up space, like I don't want it here. It's just, I need a bigger space where everything doesn't feel crowded, because everything fits, like, nicely, like, everything fits, but I'm a very minimal person, so I'm trying to keep it as less busy as possible, and it's hard to make it look less busy when I have a lot of stuff. I don't know. So I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? But I was also like, I think it was just me being tired. It wasn't too late, but it was just me like, oh my gosh, I can't even organize this space. I have a business to run. I have no time. And it was just, I was having this whole little fit. So anyways, the reason why I said this is because I faced the desk towards the sunrise, and I was I kept staring at it all night, and I'm just like, I think I just need to put the desk back facing the wall. Like, I think that would be best. And maybe I still will, but it's so nice to stare out the window and do this podcast, because I'm staring directly at the sunrise. Like, it's very early morning. Well, it's 6:40 now, but I'm literally watching the sunrise, and it's freaking beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. So maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, that's a little blurb about my life. I don't know why I decided to share that. So anyways, I guess this led somewhere, because about your self-care checklist, I stayed up until almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and that's not even that late to some people, but to me it is, because I have to wake up at 5 to start this podcast and make it to work on time. So basically I only get like 4 hours of sleep. So the checklist was done since last week, but I had to set up a way to give it to you guys, and I was having some trouble. I have it almost done. It should be ready by next week, so I apologize for the delay. Thank you so much for your patience. I love you. So let's get started with this list. Are you drinking water? Are you staying hydrated? At least. Are you drinking... So, like, this is, like, my boyfriend, he likes to drink iced tea, like, but unsweetened iced tea. So what he does is he makes black tea, just literally the black tea bag and hot water, makes a big thing of hot tea, and then lets it cool, and then he has iced tea. Doesn't sweeten it, doesn't do anything. This is a fantastic form of water. Even though black tea does have caffeine in it, he uses it as his soda replacement. So, but he also drinks a lot of water too. So I can even say he drinks it as a water replacement. He loves water so much, and he drinks a lot of water. But if you do not like to drink water, doing this with black tea is an excellent option, and also a great option to get off of soda. He is a fine example of that. But he's also very strong-willed too, so it's not like he's like, oh, I miss soda, because a lot of people are. They're just like, oh, I can't do this. I need soda. Like, you don't need soda, guys. Like, we're going to be talking about that today. Well, not about soda specifically, but it's basically in the same topic. So anyways, you could be... So 1 liter of water is equally as hydrating as, let's say, 1 liter of unsweetened black iced tea. Or unsweetened iced green tea. What else? Water with lemon. You could put things in it like mint, cucumber. I love cucumber lemon mint water. You can squeeze like an orange in it. That's kind of good too. There's so many things you could do, guys, to stay hydrated. Let's try to stay hydrated, okay? We'll have better skin, we'll have better energy, better auric field, and a healthier body, healthier bowel movements. The gut is so important when it comes to spirituality. Okay, now, when you drink this water, are you drinking from a non-plastic or BPA-free bottle? There are plenty of options that you can get anywhere. A glass bottle is a great alternative if you're scared of dropping it and breaking it. Maybe get a stainless steel bottle or an unbreakable glass bottle. No, I don't know if that's a thing, but yes. Do whatever you can. Non-plastic, BPA-free. We don't want to be drinking chemicals, guys, okay? pH balance. What is it? Too high, too low? Let's keep it neutral, okay? Okay? No, I'm joking. You must be like, oh my god. Can I stop listening to this now? Yeah. pH balance. Let's keep it around 7.5, guys, okay? We want it the same pH as our body. Our neutral pH, I think, is around 7.5. And then if you gotta go high, maybe let's do 8.5. Oh my gosh. Did you guys hear that? That was my alarm. That was my affirmation alarm. I would say drink only high pH water when you're trying to detox for something. Yeah. Fluoride free. Is it fluoride free? Are you drinking fluoride, guys? Are you calcifying that pineal gland? Or are you decalcifying that pineal gland? What decalcifies the pineal gland? I would say certain types of meditation. Turmeric, I heard, is the natural counteractor of fluoride. Applying turmeric on your forehead at night while you sleep, I heard, is a thing. Just stay away from fluoride, guys. I'm going to the dentist today, and they're gonna give me my daily dose of fluoride. You know what I keep saying? I keep saying that the vaccine is just like pure fluoride. Like, they're like just injecting us with fluoride. They're just like, okay, what will keep the masses asleep the longest? Oh, that's right, fluoride. And then it just like shrivels up our pineal gland to like the tiniest aspect ever, and then that's it. We can't ever think for ourselves again. Dun dun dun. Okay. Food. Are you eating organic? Organic is the best, guys. No pesticides. Pesticides are no bueno. We don't want to eat chemicals, guys. Come on. So like fluoride, pesticides. You see how they're trying to freaking poison us? Like, we need to become aware. We need to be aware of this and take control of our life. We need to grow our own foods. Let's all just like grow our own food. We'll create a farm together, and then we could just all harvest from it. I will share my goods with you guys if you share yours with mine. Are you eating your greens? Preferably dark greens. These are the best greens to be eating. Dark greens. How about non-GMO? How about non-GMO? Genetically modified organisms. Why do you want to eat a genetically modified organism? Come on, guys. Like, literally, the more I talk about this, the creepier it sounds. Like, why do we want to engage in this? Why do we want to eat the bait? Because it's so tempting. Mental health. Are you taking a break? Are you giving yourself some time to rest? Are you working too much? Are you too busy doing this and doing that and running around all over the place? If you are, please take a break. Meditate for at least 10 times a day. Bring yourself to that grounding space. because you will burn yourself out. I am telling you this from personal experience and from a lot of entrepreneurs I've been listening to lately. You need to have that time to take a break and to rest before you burn yourself out, because then you won't be able to get anything done. Do you understand that? You want to get so much stuff done, so you keep doing, but if you don't take a break, you're going to burn out, and then you're going to get nothing done, and that probably makes you anxious. So just take a break, okay? Take a break for me. If you guys love me, you would take a break, okay? No, I'm joking. If you love anyone who cares about you, I care about you, that's why I said me. If you love, or if people, guys, just take a break. I don't even know what I'm saying. Yes, are you playing? Are you taking some time out to have fun? This is all in the same thing. Like, you need to rest, take a break, and have fun. Play, color, do something that you enjoy. Watch TV, watch a movie, hang out with your friends, go to the beach, go to the park. Are you creating? Are you creating art? Are you drawing? Are you painting? You don't even have to be a freaking artist, guys. Like, when I say this, like, you don't have to be some freaking artist making some freaking Monet and Picasso paintings. Like, all you gotta do is freaking throw yourself on a piece of paper. Like, who knows? Do performance art, dance, freaking act out a play by yourself, do a one man or woman show, do whatever, sing, shout. This is all creative stuff. Are you exploring and remaining curious, keeping that childlike wonder? Always question everything. Act as if you know nothing, because you don't. Emotional. Do you have a healthy support system? Do you have people that truly support you? Do they listen to you with their full attention? Do they support your goals and aspirations? Do they raise you up instead of bringing you down? Do they hold space for you when you need it? Are you expressing yourself in some way? This is being creative. This is for your emotional and mental health, being creative and expressing yourself through whether it's art, writing, journaling, music, any sport or physical activity. These all help release emotions from the emotional body, or at least built up energy and emotions from the body. Okay, well, now that we realize you've been taking care of yourself, what a good job. Pat yourself on the back. You're like, I drank my water, I have some good friends, I'm expressing myself, I'm giving myself a break, some time to relax, I've never felt better. Thank you, ThirdEyeCyphs, for helping me become my truest version, my bestest version, my greatest version. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's our job. That's our job here at ThirdEyeCyphs. I'm trying not to say but I'm sleepy. Okay, guys, so I did a weekly card reading. I pulled out the cards. Yay, we're excited. We are excited. And, okay, I pulled two cards. And that's that. So the first card. Oh, before we get into that, a lovely word from our sponsors here at Anchor. Okay, welcome back, people of Earth. So we got, our first card is the Garden and the Gate, but in reverse. So you must be like, oh my gosh, this is a bad thing because this is in reverse. Not always a bad thing. So the Garden and the Gate, originally, like straight up, not reversed, is this girl. She's standing in this beautiful, abundant garden. And she's standing by the gate of the garden, but she's inside the garden. And then outside of the garden is like the road back to, it's just a road like that leads out of the garden to this beautiful field of grass. And the girl, she has this basket of flowers. She's standing outside the gate, but the gate is locked. But she has the key around her neck, so she can't get out of the gate. She can't get out of this beautiful garden, but she has the keys, so technically she could. She's just not. So this usually means that you are blocking yourself from opening your horizons. Yes, you have all this beautiful abundance. The garden. You are in the garden. You even have flowers with you in your basket. You've gained so much abundance and beauty. But she doesn't want to leave the garden. She's in the garden of abundance. She doesn't want to go back to regular life. So she just stands by the gate. She's playing it safe. She wants to keep the abundance. So now that we have this in reverse, that means we ain't doing that, guys. That means that we are making the choice to open the gate toward a more spiritual purpose or pursuit. So, you may have been obsessed with worldly issues before, be it this beautiful garden and abundance that you've been surrounded with. You may have been obsessed with it. You may have been just drowning in all of this material, all these material things. But now you are putting in the effort to go deeper, to go towards something more beyond. And another thing that this card is saying is that now you have come to realize that worldly possessions and having financial success can go hand in hand with being spiritual and engaging in spiritual activities and priorities. You can have both. You can balance both. And you now realize this. So now, with anything that you may be going about in the material world, you can now bring a spiritual aspect to it. So you have each hand in hand. You can approach the material in a spiritual way. And the spiritual in a material way, I guess. You can approach spirituality with the material realm in mind, I would say. So it's not one or the other, but you are balancing both now. This is great news, guys. This is great news. That means we are moving on up. We are coming full circle. Realizing that things don't have to be so black and white. So now that you've done this, the universe is just like, oh, you got it figured out. Oh, my little, if you hear it ticking now, that's my little Maneki Neko, which is the little lucky cat that smacks his hand up and down. It's solar powered, so the sun has risen to the point where he's saying good morning. Okay, so expect the unexpected, for joy's synchronicity abounds. The universe is ready to help you. It is helping you now. You are filled with not only abundance in the material realm, but in the spiritual realm. The affirmation for this is, say it with me, guys, or write it down, or just listen. I am blessed with an abundantly spiritual life. Every day, in every way, my joyous prosperity grows and grows. I am blessed with an abundantly spiritual life. Every day, in every way, my joyous prosperity grows and grows. So, since this card was in reverse, even though it wasn't a bad thing, I still pulled a second card. Don't ask why, guys. But the second card we got is the Healer of Ages. This means there is healing energy readily available to you now. It shows This guy, he is supposed to be a ascended master, healer, spirit guide, and he has light pouring out of his head, like his third eye space, meaning he's enlightened. He has the enlightened ring around his head. He has energy pouring out of his heart space, his loving energy out of his heart space, and energy out of his hands. And there is fire abound behind him. He is the healer of ages. This card represents health and vitality. This powerful being brings the force of ancient wisdom and profound healing. The light of divine consciousness pours from his hands and heart, flowing to you with love and powerful healing intention. This amazing entity is with you now, bringing resolution to physical, mental, and emotional ills, helping to unblock stuck energy and revitalize your life force energy. You may have felt this strong presence recently, or you may be opening to the wonderful sensations now. You can call upon this emissary of miraculous transformation whenever you need vitality, balance, and renewal. Know at the deepest level an important healing is taking place. So, I love when it said, you can call on this emissary of miraculous transformation whenever you need vitality, balance, and renewal. Guys, a thing we need to know is that we all have guides helping us. Okay, we all have like our own personal light team. My boss was telling me this a few days ago. She was like reading some article to me about how we each have like our own light team of spirit guides, loved ones who have passed, saints, our own personal team who is meant to guide us and help us. Now, besides that, say I didn't just hear about that recently or know about that. The universe is always willing to help. And also spirit guides are also very willing to help. Like I spirit guides, I'm sure. Like without knowing about the light team, I'm saying like previous knowledge, spirit guides are always there to help us, but we have to give them permission first. If you ever need help with anything, if you ever need guidance, if you ever need energy from source or from your spirit guides to help heal you, if you ever need healing energy from them, if you ever need vitality from them, all you have to do is ask. That is why they are there. They are there to help you. They are there to give you what you want and need when you need it. When you need it, where you need it, whatever. They are there to help you. All you have to do is ask. So call upon your spirits, call upon the universe, and ask for what you need, because that is why they're there. So you always have this loving, healing energy readily available to you guys. The affirmation for this card is the powerful healing of eternal love is with me now and always. The powerful healing of eternal love is with me now and always. Divine consciousness fills every cell. I am whole, healthy, vital, and at peace. I am whole, healthy, vital, and at peace. So, beautiful people, that was our card reading for the week. So just keep that in mind, guys, that there is a balance between, sorry, I yawned, spirituality and the material realm. We can have this balance. There is no need to have one or the other. And from what it seems like, we have realized that. We are balancing that out. And the healer of ages is with us. We are receiving healing energy now. The universe's energy and help is always available to us. So, that is that. I hope this resonated with you some way, somehow. And yes, so today, we are going to be talking about stimulus addiction. Yes, guys, yes. You're gonna be like, what? Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about this? I will tell you why. You can tell I'm tired. I keep yawning. This needs to be known, guys. Stimulus addiction. We are addicted to being stimulated. We are. Whether it be through our phones, whether it be through video games or technology, whether it be through sex, food, drama, life, adrenaline. So, what am I talking about, guys? I'm talking about the fact that this is true. We are addicted to becoming stimulated by something. We are constantly looking for something to do or distract ourselves with. And our phones are the first way, because everybody by now has a freaking smartphone. Your grandma probably has a smartphone. Your great-grandma may have a smartphone. We have the whole, basically, not the whole world in this phone, but we have everything that we want to know. If we want to know something, we look it up, basically. We have all of our music on here. We have videos on here. Almost every video ever posted on the internet. We have videos, we have information, we have music, we have games, we have apps that help us regulate our daily life. We have contact with everybody. We have everything here. So how it must be like how what was I gonna say? How could we not be stimulated by this? How could we not be addicted to this piece of technology? In our free time, we're either constantly grabbing our phone and scrolling through Instagram, even if we're not even there for a reason. We could just be sitting there scrolling through Instagram for no reason, like not even looking at it, like, but and it's not a conscious thing. This is what I'm saying. It's a subconscious thing where our mind is trying to stay distracted by something. So instead of just sitting there and being with ourselves, enjoying the view or nature or trying to clear your mind, we are still trying to distract our minds and stimulate our minds by just physically looking and scrolling through Instagram or watching a video. Maybe we always have to be watching videos, because I dated somebody like that. Like, literally, it was either, and this is nothing to like bash on anybody, but I'm just giving an example, that he was playing like video games all of the time, and when he wasn't playing video games, he was watching videos about video games. Like, in the shower, if he could freaking do that, he would do that, but he would listen to music in the shower. So what I'm saying is that it's like you're either doing this, you're playing video games and being stimulated by video games, and when you're not, you're watching videos of the same game or other games being stimulated by the videos, and then when you're in the shower, if you can't watch the videos, you're being stimulated by music, by listening to music, singing the songs, and it's just a constant stimulation. So the problem with this is that if we're keeping our minds constantly stimulated, our mind never gets the time to rest, which means we have a very overactive mind, which makes it very hard to go within, to meditate, to rest. We may have sleeping problems. We may be stressed. We may have anxiety. We may not be able to focus on things for a certain amount of time. Maybe we get easily distracted when we try to focus on something. Maybe we can't even read a book because we get distracted so easily. This is because our mind is so used to being stimulated by things, whether it be visual, auditory, physical. It's so used to constantly doing, thinking, being stimulated, that if you try to rest, it's automatically going to try to look for something to distract itself with or be stimulated by. So, going into sex, masturbation. I don't want to talk about these things. Well, we have to talk about these things, guys, okay? Masturbation is a problem, okay? It is a problem. Because I'm not going to say a lot of us, I'm not going to speak for a lot of us because I don't know. I'm not going to say what a lot of people do. But from what I've read, and heard from people that I know, it's not even a lot of the time you're not even masturbating or even having sex. You could put it in the same thing because you want to, because you're horny. Let's say horny, you're sexually aroused. It's either to distract yourself for something. So a lot of people have an over sexual life and try to constantly distract themselves with sex and having multiple sexual partners and just distract themselves with physical pleasure, a physical stimulus to distract them from their day-to-day lives. Because when you're having that sexual pleasure, when you're having an orgasm, it is literally like a samadhi experience. So the energy in your body, your physical energy, and your energetical energy, your spiritual energy is at peak, high top peak. So this is why there's Tantra in Hinduism and yoga. This is using that sexual energy in a more profound way, using it to your benefit. But when you're not doing this in a spiritual way or in a conscious way at all, you're literally peaking your physical energy, your spiritual energy. And then when you have that orgasm, it's at peak height, and then you're just exuding it out of your energy centers. So if you have unblocked chakras that just spew out energy if you constantly feel drained, this could be a reason. You're pouring energy out of your sexual organs because energy comes out of there. So your sexual organs, your hands because energy comes out of your hands, the top of your head, your crown chakra, any open energy centers you may have in your body, be it the 7 main chakras or the others, your feet, any area of your energetical body where energy can enter or exit, you are just leaking energy. So you may feel drained. You may not be able to go further in your spiritual practice. You may not be able to heal. You may not have as many creative ideas or inspiration. I was listening to a podcast a few days ago. I recently just found it. It's called Bhakti for Thinkers. And I was listening to a lecture from whatever episode I was listening to, and he started talking about Swami Yogananda. I think that's his name. He's let's see, is that his name? Swami Yogananda. He's an Indian guru. He's the one who introduced meditation and Kriya Yoga to America. So he went to America, and he also went to, I think he went to China, and he went to teach yoga, Kriya Yoga, to these schools, right? When he taught at this Chinese school, now at this time, this is so long ago, guys, this is basically, he was born in 1893 and died in 1952. So this is years ago in China, and at the time that he went to the school, they didn't have anything. They didn't really have TV. They had lived a very simple life. Very simple life. They didn't have TV. They didn't have phones. They didn't have all this technology. They read. They played outside, I guess, like the kids. The adults did their work. I don't really know how China. It was a very simple life. I'm not gonna say I know how China was back then, because I really don't. But it was a very simple life. Everything was very living in flow with nature. And he also taught Western schools, Yogananda. And what he said was, when he taught at these Chinese schools, that they were so focused. They were so focused on his words. They learned it so easily. They were so aware, not distracted at all, opposed to the Western schools that he had taught to, that he couldn't keep their attention for about 10 seconds. 10 seconds in, they were already looking at something else or being distracted. So, opposed to the Chinese schools that never had anything to actually stimulate them, no technology, no TV, anything to constantly keep their mind busy going, they were very focused, very aware. Opposed to Western schools, who were constantly being stimulated by new things, be it technology, be it up and coming, news. There's always something going on in the West. Oh, we got this, we got blah, blah, blah. Like, constantly being stimulated. And we couldn't keep our focus. The West couldn't keep their focus. We were easily distracted because our brains are used to being stimulated. So if we're focusing on something for 10 seconds, we need something else. We need to be distracted with something else to stimulate us, because focusing on one thing isn't stimulating unless it's super stimulating to our mind, like explosions and gunshots and fighting and dancing and all these things that are constantly like da, 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 and like a freaking circus. Okay? So, the first reason why I'm talking about this is because, look, guys, we won't be able to meditate. We can't go deeper into our practice, because you know what samadhi is? You know what enlightenment is? It is single-pointed awareness. It is being here now in the present. Being aware of the only now, not distracted, very aware and in the present. Not stimulated by anything. Being completely in control of our minds. Being in control of our thoughts and minds. This is enlightenment. This is self-realization. This is our goal, okay? If you're listening to this, then this is your goal. Or, that may not be your goal. Maybe it's just to know about manifestation and how to become your greatest version. I say becoming your greatest version is self-realization. Because that is the goal, I say, for humans. Our goal, that is everybody's goal, to realize God consciousness. Because we are God expressing itself in every single aspect, every single way. And for us to naturally become aware that we are God in separateness, and then we attain enlightenment, we become whole. Doesn't that seem that is our purpose? It's kind of like we're like we start a video game, right? It's so funny, guys. You're gonna like the self-care checklist and the emails I sent you. You're gonna like being part of my newsletters and my mailing list. You're gonna like it, guys. If you guys haven't already, join the writingsofnatalia.com. Anyways, it's like in a video game where it's like the end of the video game, the goal of the video game is to realize that you are God consciousness, right? Where was I going with that? So it's like, you go around your life just doing whatever, and then once you become aware of the spiritual nature and sacredness of life, you're like, oh shoot, like I may have found, you know, like my purpose or the reason why we're here. And then you begin this like new quest, right? And then you get all these superpowers, you get all these tools and helpers on the way. It's like the hero's journey. If you guys don't know what the hero's journey, check out that episode. And then we get to the main point. Then we realize, like, okay, God consciousness. And then once it's fully realized, then we become enlightened. And then it's just we have hyper awareness, we're aware, and then we live in this awareness, in this presence, in the presence of sacredness. And there's nothing left to do. You realize that there's nothing left to do. There's nothing for me to do. You realize that there was never anything to do to begin with. And then there is no quest. The quest is finished. You've attained what you were meant to attain. So, what's the problem with this, guys? Since we are being constantly distracted, I say that the GOV, the media, the higher ups, not even the GOV, this is the world GOV, the World Bank Mafia. That's what my boyfriend likes to say. They are constantly stimulating us. They are constantly stimulating us. They are constantly keeping us distracted by news. Oh, look, there's a new pandemic. There's a new strain. There is world famine. We're running out of food, guys. The world is melting. Global warming. There's a bunch of people outside wanting to kill you. I don't know. You can't go outside. You might get kidnapped. You might get killed. Here's a new video game. Here's a bunch of new video games. Here's a new video game console every year. Here's a new type of video game console every year. Here's a new phone every year. There's more and more upgrades. More stuff here. New things. Here, look, shiny. New technology, new AIs. New ways to live your life. More sustainable ways to live your life. Here's how to do this, here's how to do that, here's a new thing, here's the next big thing, right? Constantly distracting. Why? Why are they doing this? Another thing, porn. Here's porn. Here's sexual content in almost every movie. Here's sexual jokes in even kids' movies that only parents would catch on. But it is engraving in the children's subconscious mind. Sexual references subliminally hidden in cartoons. Porn in our face, porn advertisements on websites that we go on. Masturbation, the encouragement of it. Okay, why? Why are they doing this? Why do they want to keep us distracted? Well, they want us, and I'm not speaking for them, okay? This is what I've come to conclusions. They want us. We are cattle, guys. We are, what is this? Herd immunity? Herd, we're a herd. Do you see how they're calling us cattle in front of our faces? And we are just accepting it because, oh yeah, herd immunity, right? We're considering ourselves a herd, like cattle. And we're getting used to it. We're getting used to these forms of identification. Vaccine cards. We have social security cards, numbers. We're seen as numbers. Our cards, our identification. We are cattle. We are slaves. They are trying to enslave us. Through our minds first, until we are willingly susceptible to it, that we will just give up our rights. Because we feel it is natural, it is normal. They are easing us into this slavery. Through our phones, we are slaves to our phones. This is when phone addiction comes in. Constantly being stimulated to our phones. always have our phone on us. This is basically a GPS tracker. It has all of our information in it. It knows our name. It has our cards because we pay for things through it. It has our social in it basically because we sign up for things. It has our biometrics. It looks in our pupils and scans us. It scans our fingerprints. It is basically our walking tracking device. We are slaves to the TV, to the news, so that we can believe what they are telling us, so that we live in fear and be susceptible to their laws and their restrictions. To music. They put these subliminals in our heads. Yes, sex all the time, women, money. Material things that have no matter. Money, sex. Big houses. Partying, drugs. Drugs is so enforced. And you know who the main manufacturer of these drugs are? Just guess. How are we getting all this stuff? Who is it being funded by? The media, celebrities. Ooh, look what Kim Kardashian's doing recently. Have you heard? Did you hear about, who is it? Kanye West. Those are the only freaking famous people I can think of, because that's all you hear about. Have you noticed that the artists that we used to listen to when we were younger, like pop artists and mainstream stuff, they're still the mainstream over 10 years already. Justin Bieber is still popular. He's about to be 30. And we're still talking about him. We're still talking about Katy Perry for some reason. Jay-Z. These are people who I've known since I was young, since I was a kid. And I am an adult now, and they are still in the mainstream. Why are these certain people constantly forced into our head? The same actors. We see the same people in the movies. They are easily controllable. They are easily influenceable. And they can easily influence us. We are constantly being drawn in and involved into this drama. And they are draining us energetically and spiritually. Being constantly involved in all of this drama, it is energetically draining, whether we are aware of it or not. When we are constantly being distracted, we will never be able to look within. We won't be able to focus, to meditate. Our minds are too instilled in the matrix, in the constant moving of ones and zeros. We won't be able to connect to our higher self. That connection can only be there when we are in tune with ourselves, when we go within, when we can still our minds, because our mind only exists in this physical realm. When you're constantly being distracted and your mind is constantly being stimulated, you're constantly being engraved in the physical realm. You cannot go beyond. They want to do this so we can't think for ourselves. If we give our mind a chance to actually be still, we may form our own opinions, God forbid. We may be able to see through the illusion a little bit and see that they are playing us. They are playing us like a game that we are letting them play us as. We are pawns on this chessboard. And we are just playing we're just playing the game. We don't even realize it. We're in the game and that's it. We don't know. But if we actually stop being involved in the game and sit and think and be with ourselves, we might actually think, there is a game going on and I am being played in it. I am not in control of myself, of my mind, of my thoughts, of my opinions. Because I realize that the opinions that I have are not my own opinions, but the opinions that have been forced on me through the media. Through the people that I surround myself with, because they are also being influenced by the media. You may think it's a personal opinion, but it's probably not. It may be an opinion that has been engraved in you through things you may hear. By being stimulated and constantly distracted and trusting in the news, the media, we are letting them think for us. We are not letting ourselves form our own opinions and judgments. We are letting them think for us and creating our opinions for us. And what do we ask for? More, more, more. Give me more. I want a new phone. I want a new upgrade. I want a new console. I want AI. I want virtual reality. I want a chip in my hand so that it's easily for me to go into things, to pay for things. I could just scan the chip on my wrist. I just want things to be easier, simpler. I want to be controlled. I want them to do everything for me. What's next? What's next? More entertainment. Where's the drama? I need more. When's the new show coming out? When's the new season coming out? I need more. And they keep feeding us it. They feed us that because that's what we want. That's what we're asking for. So they feed us more and more, and it's literal poison. They're poisoning our minds so that we are easily controllable. And when they form our opinions, we will easily give up our rights because we think it's our opinion. Oh yeah, no, it's fine, take it. Okay, that's it, guys. We've hit our mark. We've hit our mark. So, that is that. I wanted to share that with you guys. Tell me what you guys think, okay? I hope you guys are aware of what's happening, and I hope a lot of you don't listening to this and you're like, oh, that's bullshit, because it's not bullshit, okay? And if you think that's bullshit, do your research. And you're not even gonna, like, because I know people, like, I know some people, that's what I'm saying, like, people will literally think that it's BS. And that's the scary part. Alright, guys. So I'm done here. That was my rant of the day. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't a rant of the day. But, oh my gosh. I'm, like, clicking on a bunch of things on my laptop. Okay. Maybe if I click on do, hopefully that works. Okay, it does. Okay, that's it for the week. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope something was stimulated in you. Haha, joke. No, I'm serious though. Like, I hope you try to consciously make the effort to think for yourself now and get away from the distractions. This is the main point of me saying this, is try to get off your phone. Like, get a phone addiction app. That's what I've had. The one that I had sucked. It stopped working or something like that, so I downloaded it again. But when I realized that I undownloaded it, I was using my phone more. So get something to limit and monitor your phone usage, because most of the time, once you realize that a lot of the time you're using your phone is not even for a purpose, it's just to stimulate your mind or distract yourself. Do that. Try to stay away from technology, stay away from any stimuli, be it video games. And I'm not saying do this in totality. If you want to, you can. But I'm saying is to ease your way out of being constantly stimulated and distracted. Give yourself some space. Allow yourself to still your mind at least for 10 minutes a day. Meditate for at least 10 minutes a day. Go for a walk, not listening to any music. Just go for a walk and try to listen to the sounds around you. And focus on that. Try to remain focused on single things. Try not to multitask on things. Try to still your mind as much as you can. Because this eases your mind into being able to meditate, to be able to connect with your higher self, to be able to connect with your true self, and be more aware of what's being fed to us, and not just doing whatever and thinking whatever. Okay, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you haven't already, check out thewritingsofnatalia.com. It's super cool. I have a bunch of cool things for you on there. Just check it out, look around. There's a Thrive page. You can book services with me now, guys. You can book appointments with me. I do 1-hour consultations. I do 45-minute consultations so we can address any problem you may have. And yeah, or if you have like multiple questions in that short time, like I can briefly answer multiple questions. I do personal tarot card readings now that you can book on the Thrive page on thewritingsofnatalia.com. There are a bunch of links for you for the podcast. A lot of writing things on there. Okay, that's it. Check it out. It's really cool. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you next week. Peace.
Hari Om. This episode has been brought to you by the writings of Natalia.com. Jai Ma.